From the Oklahoman newsroom, this is an OSU update. I'm Jenny Carlson here with John Helsley. John, as OSU prepares to head to South Alabama for a Friday night game, I think this has got some Cowboy fans thinking back to 2007 when OSU went to another Deep South opponent on a Friday night, that being Troy, and that was a loss, John. People wondering, could this game be another trap type of game for OSU? Coaches and players seem to think no. They think they're in a different spot now, right?
I think so. And hey, don't forget, that was the last time OSU played a game in the state of Alabama. Troy was a long time ago, though, 2007. Mike Gundy still lugging around a losing record at that time. Different time and a different team in a lot of ways, too. Zach Robinson made his debut as the starter that night. Mason Rudolph will go in there as a established veteran quarterback who's won a lot of games, won a lot of road games. So I think there's a different feel about this team, a lot more veterans, a lot more leadership.
Well, South Alabama, a team that lost by 20 to Ole Miss this last weekend, but beat a year ago Mississippi State at Mississippi State. So a program that's capable. Where do the players land on just how they're approaching this game?
Well, as you can imagine, coaches are going to bring up that Mississippi State game. And another game they won last year at home was San Diego State. San Diego State was number 19 in the country when they rolled into Mobile and got beat. So they've got some experience. They, like you mentioned, they played Ole Miss in their opener. It's not like they're afraid or in awe of Power 5 conference type teams. And so this is a team that's going to be sort of ready for Oklahoma State to show up for a Friday night game at home opener there. I still feel like there's this sense and this feeling around the Cowboys and that those things from the past, whether it's their own past or South Alabama's recent past, aren't really going to come into factor.
You know, lastly, John, I was sitting here thinking about these last couple of years when you look at the guys that are the veteran leaders, the Mason Rudolphs, the James Washington, the Chad Whitener. These guys, as the nucleus, they really haven't gone to places where they've been a big favorite and they haven't lost. I mean, there haven't been those sorts of games. Obviously, the 11 season prior to all these guys had the Iowa State game, a season that probably would have ended in a BCS National Championship game had they won that. But these guys don't seem to sort of be caught in these trap games. I mean, I guess it only takes one to change that, but they seem like they've been really solid that way.
They have, Jenny, you're right. And it's a team that really takes care of business, whether it's off the field in the off season, on the road like you speak of in these trap games. We've written about the leadership of this team, how those guys are the hardest workers. So when guys like Mason Rudolph and James Washington, as you mentioned, Chad Whitener, those guys go out and they sort of set this tone. It really resonates throughout the team. All
right, we'll see how things go Friday night. Kickoff is 7 p.m. down in Mobile between OSU and South Alabama. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.